Welcome back, everybody. I am APH, for those of you joining for the first time, and, well, today's episode's coming out a little bit late because, well, I didn't like the episode, so I scrapped the whole entire project and started all over. Yeah, it's a thing. I want the episode to be quality, and the first things first is it's been snowing off and on for the last couple days, and my voice has just been terrible. That was the first part of it. So I was groggy. It was early in the morning when I did the original recording, so you got a lot of my coughing and a lot of other things. Now with that, we've got some big plans for today. We have some big plans indeed. We are the middle of cycle, I believe. Yeah, cycle 30, and they've done some amazing things over here. They haven't got as far as what I'd like, but that's okay. On the other side, they did close this up. Now, to get to the top, this is abnormal. I have my UI up. Normally, I don't do this. It's going to be a total of, it looks like 4 to get to the height that we wanted. And bringing that over here, that is 6 higher than right here. So we do want to build something over here, and I'm just going to rough this in. And this is going to be for houses. Yeah, we're going to start the episode like right off the bat instead of starting with kind of going over things. We'll go over things as we go, so it'll be a little bit different today. We're going to build something like that. We do need to get a walkway in there just to kind of make it happen, and this walkway has to be a little bit different than normal. Let's place a walkway down this way. This will be what is going to be used for the foresters, so we'll need those in here now that the trees are coming up. Now these trees, they are not very far along, so I'm okay that this is going to be like a cycle 30 type of district, because the berries, they're only 32%, so they've got roughly 24 days left before they're ready, and these have 24 days before they're ready. So that brings us to this right here. This is going to be tricky because we're going to be building the wall around it. So we're going to do a staircase off to the side, and we're not going to do a staircase that's permanent. So we just want to, I do like the tiered effect. So you're going to see my doing that. I think I need to go one lower to kind of get to where it need to be, something like that. And then just one forward from there. And then this kind of brings it together. Something a little like this. That will get them up there. We do want a district hall up here, and that will just be a 3x3 up here. We want houses up here. I also want them to finish building this first, so I'm going to place my pathways up here. I think that's an okay size for now. Let's go ahead and drop a pathway right there and right there, and just to make sure that they don't build the trees in the spot, I'm going to go ahead and place the forester, the lumberjack flags down. So just 3 of those. That should work out kind of good. Now, as we progress over to this district, I am starting to like the idea of District 18 becoming the new Ren, as it's a good size. It encompasses over here as far as we need to, and it encompasses over to the other direction as far as we need to, and it has extra area now to maintain better farms. That means we need to give it a lot of love, as it is only 9 for the well-being, and a lot of that well-being is because we're missing a lot of things. So this district, the houses, is broken up into 2 sections. It's going to be a little bit trickier. We're going to place the Flame of Progress in the middle of this stack. Then for the labor monument, I'm thinking as we build up this wall, we're going to place 1 on each side. So just kind of a representation. We know we have to go 4 higher than this. So we'll draw this in real quick where we just kind of go, I think that height right there. So we're going to do a labor monument on both sides, kind of represented by that, and 1 over here. I don't want to place this one over here yet because I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do this. This path is going to be fed by water dumps. It's not going to be fed by the reservoir. So water flow will be controlled season round versus only during the wet season. And that's how we're going to maintain it. I just have to get it finished up in order to kind of make that happen. I do want all the builders centralized. We've got a builder right here. We've got a builder right here. I would like them all in this area right here. So I'm going to go ahead and place that right now. Just, I think it's a 3x4, and then it's a dual on the bottom and a triple on top. I have a very good fan that is building my city pretty much to scale in his game, and a huge shout out to him as he has reached out on the Discord. Something else that I should mention, you guys might have seen that I moved to APH Gaming versus APH 3343. That is, APH Gaming is to better represent the channel. It's a huge recommendation that you don't have numbers in your title. So I dropped the 3343. That is my Discord handle. And for the APH, it stands for my name. It is literally my name. My name is Adam. The rest is kind of, I'll leave it to your imagination, but APH is itself itself is owned, so I can't do APH. It's owned by a window installation company, and a couple other variants are also owned, which is something that I wouldn't have expected. A little bit of waffle there. We're going to detonate this, and we're going to place some actual fire pits over here. Fire campfires. There we go. I can English today, I promise. Let's get 3 of them. Let's see how that kind of builds up the area. They did finish the beaver statues. They look immaculate. And as for this area right here, I think we were at a 10 or 12 last episode. Maybe we're at 11. We're at a 13 now. Roofs is low. Beaver statue should take care of itself now that we have them. We might place a couple more over here. And campfires also should take care of themselves. I'm thinking for those rooftop terrace, let's build out just a little bit further. I can't believe that they still need more rooftop terrace. Maybe we'll build this all the way across, and then if we have to give some other love to this district, we'll have some room. That seems like a good idea. Let's place a beaver statue kind of in this area. It is it's very, very busy, the town, and it is very, very getting congested. Now I've had some good suggestions about other games to play, as well as I have had a suggestion to play Other Faction. And would you guys like to see a hard mode of the Other Faction? Maybe the start of it would be a super cut where I played just enough to kind of get the game going and just did like a show and tell for the seasons real quick, and then kind of did that. We'll leave it like that, and I'll come back to this. We'll see how that comes and does some things. This area over here, I think that this area is like a solid, this area is a solid 12, 14, a solid 14. Let's get some campfires over down here now that this area is all dried up. I've had some good suggestions. Leave a comment if you guys would like to see the folk tales. I test played a game today, and it is highly addictive, but I don't think it's something for the channel. So I'll probably create a tutorial for it, just to kind of create a tutorial for it. It's called Factory Town. It is highly addictive. I played it for way too long, and it was kind of just one of those things where I'm returning to work tomorrow, and it was getting my mind off of returning to work. This area over here, we do want to do some expanding. We need to get our paper mill up here in the near future. So we're just going to fill this area in, and we're just going to, we'll go right up to where the dynamite is, and then we'll kind of stop there so that we're ready to do dynamite in the near future. This area over here, we're ready to place our water wheels, and we'll go ahead and drop them in. This right here, I want to move that. That's what my mind is trying to say, because I don't like the way that this is coming together. I guess we could work with it like that and put a walkway there. I'll place all the power connectors off camera. Could start, no, I'll let them finish this, and then I'll fill that in. That will be like a next episode type of thing. This area is ready to build some houses, and it's going to be a little bit weird, as it's probably going to be a block design instead of a row design. It is 6 wide. I could do some interesting things with the large house. I don't know that I want to. I don't particularly like the large barracks. I guess we could do something like this, but that would require staircases, and I don't particularly like that. Let's just get 8 row houses in here for now. If this needs to be temporary, this needs to be temporary, but that will get the houses ready. This area, it's a little too far to get the forester, which is a bummer. So we're going to have to make the transition of this being its own district, even though it's not going to have berries in it. And I'm probably good to make the district as soon as this is built. That could take a little bit of time. Now for this corner, they are roughly, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are about 5 spots ahead. So it does look like they are building faster with having a row like that. I want to run this for the full season and see what season cycle 31 kind of brings, and see how far ahead they are. If they're rounding the bend and these guys are just getting there, we'll really know that it's kind of coming together. I don't want to add too much more. We will be adding paper over here in the future, so I don't want to add too much more to this to take away from their workload. So we're just going to leave that as is. I do want to make sure these are paused at the moment. Let's unpause them, because I am shipping water over to the way station to try to keep them alive, and I'm noticing that some of these are getting low. Our campfires are up and going, and this district is now, it looks like a solid 13, and campfires and rooftop terraces are still the low ball. Books we'll get in the next episode, and we're gonna have to find some more spot for some more rooftop terraces and some more campfires. That's gonna be like the bane of my existence for finishing this up, is just trying to get, what is it in total? If there's 13, it looks like there must be at least 16, if not a couple more. Yeah, I'm guessing that there's 16. And so I'd like to see a couple districts hit that. Maybe not every district. The carousel's up and going. I don't want to unpause that, by the way. It's we're at like 1200 of 1700 horsepower, and I don't want to continuously add engines. We could add one over here, and this one would be an easy one to add. This would be third one. How much wood do we have over here? So we've got 938 wood. So we've got a decent amount of wood. I guess we could add something in here just to kind of bring this area together. Something like that. Bring this side, get a one high there, place an engine in there in the future. I think we can place the power connectors right now. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get those power connectors kind of up and going. We'll place a T connector there. I don't think I'm going to build this way, but just in case, we'll place that there. I know they can build up here, so they'll do that. And speaking of up here, these large storages are done. And food, I think in the last episode we were somewhere around 3,000 food, so we've gained about 1,000 extra food. So this is all coming together and looking kind of nice. I did not connect this over here because it doesn't, the red line's in the middle of the build, so it's not worth connecting it, which means it's probably going to be connected to the House of H kind of going forward. I do want to close this up. Oh, you know what? We talked about doing something like this, and I never did, where I get rid of that. Sometimes I get a little forgetful here. There's a lot to making a recording and kind of, talking about what you're doing. It takes a lot of concentration. I thought ahead and placed the T connector down there. Thank you, past me. It's been a few days since I've recorded, so my brain's is not with it. What am I missing in here? Did I just delete out that chunk there? Oh man, how did I do that? All right, let's get that replaced. Get this chunk of our connector in there. That will get us another 180 horsepower during the wet season. I do want to take a look at, I might have already said this, I want to move this builder. Where I had in mind for it got switched into these storage right here. So, wow, there's 1,000 grilled potatoes in that one. Man. So I do want to move that. It might go here. That might be enough room to kind of make it happen. Just kind of playing things by ear. It's kind of an oddball out now that the drop off's not there. So every time I go by that area, I could just kind of look at it. I'm like cruising through the plans for today as we are, apparently we're covering a lot of things really quick here. That's abnormal. Usually right about now, I would be somewhere around, I'd be around 30 minutes, and right now I'm around 16 minutes. Ooh, this area did come together. Let's get rid of this, and let's get rid of this builder, and let's get them all consolidated like we talked about. It looks a little bit better that way. Do have to create a walkway up there, and I do want some, they're getting the water from the deep water pumps over here. So we need to do some landscaping over here like we did over in Wall. And the bad thing about that is we're going to be taking roofs from up here. Well, I guess if we have roofs up here, because we're going to do that, we could go with shrubs and a mix of shrubs and roofs down here. I don't know. I really like roofs in front of the buildings. Yeah, we'll go with roofs on this row. And then on this one, we're going to go roof, shrub, and that will kind of bring that one together. This one, again, we're just going to be placing our roof there. I just saw the water receding there, so water's getting a little bit low. That's, it was a 22-day drought. I mean, it's not like it's the longest. It's not like it's the shortest. Let's close this up. If we brought this side up one more layer, we just need a ladder there. Yeah, let's close this side up so that we can get, once they can walk across here, then I can raise the other side without needing a ladder kind of this way. Let's go ahead let's break the path right here, and let's get this out of the way, and let's go ahead and get this section right here one higher up to this point, and we'll just place a walkway there temporarily, and we'll just continue that pathway up. I did want to get a little bit higher on this side, but I think this has got to be a next episode. I also want to close this gap a little bit as it's too high now instead of it being one high. So I do want to close this up a little bit, and I'll probably have to do this like one row at a time. So I'll do that off camera just so it gets a little bit narrower, as water can still escape this way. So I don't want this whole area to get flooded. It's gonna be really tricky as we kind of go forward and kind of do our movement up, as the majority of the water I think comes this way until we can kind of divert it the other way. And we're probably gonna have to put some gates on the back to kind of bring it together so that if we need to, we can drain some water over this way. And that's something that I didn't think about. We're gonna have to create a walkway across to over here in order to kind of bring that together, because this district is gonna have to connect this gap right here to bring it up to that height. So it's gonna require us to kind of create like a levee across here and a levee across over here to bring this section up to the needed height. Oof, we've got a decent amount of work. Let's go ahead and plan that walkway so that even if they only get started on it, it's at least started. And we just need a 1 high right there. That would bring us to a 2 high for this section. Wow, this is gonna be pretty major. That would bring us over there. They're probably gonna redline right around here would be my guess. So that even if they get kind of that start, we'll go this far for now, and that means we're going to have lumber production over here, or a drop off. I guess we could get away with a drop off and send lumber over. Let's place a spot big enough for the drop off kind of right in here. It's a little bit bigger than what the drop off is, but that'll work because we're going to move the water pump up here also. So yeah, that kind of looks good. And I feel like I'm forgetting some things that I really wanted to do in this episode. We got the grist mill in the last episode, so that's producing bread, and our food's in a lot better position over there. Our food over here is still rocky. Did go up a little bit. It looks like campfires finally are taking hold. So we're okay over here. I do want another farm over here. Probably my guess would be carrots by the looks of it. Did I set these? No, that's planting. Yeah, I was thinking that we needed to do some more campfires down here, but perhaps we need to do something else. And taking a look, I have 18 homeless. Okay, well, that's part of the issue. Let's pause 2 of those and let the homeless kind of naturally take care of themselves. Good and bad, because that means that I have beavers when I break off districts to send around. And is there other areas that are having that same issue? Nope, this area looks good. They're a solid 14 now. That's really good. We might see the books in the next episode. We need another statue over here. I'm thinking somewhere centralized. Let's get a statue right here, and we're just going to go ahead and place that maybe facing that way. Let's do a statue right here. I think I'm already sending metal over here. A lot of districts I've sent metal to, and it's just capped. I think it's capped at 25 so it doesn't get overwhelmed. Yeah, taking a quick look, I've got 25 metal blocks over here. So they should build that relatively quickly, and that should help with the beaver statue. This area over here, we're at 12. Bread is low. Let's get a farm over here, and let's get a pathway down over here. So let's do something about like this. This is probably too far. And the problem that we're running into is the green line is really green right there, but it's redlining over here. So even if I place a farm over here, it's not going to be very efficient, but I want more production of more wheat over here in order to try to get our bakery a little bit better shape. And yeah, let's do this. Then we'll place a walkway down this way that will connect to see if we get it a little bit better. Let's do another farm over here. So if we take a look, potatoes are low, bread's low, and let's do another farm over here for potatoes. So if we're doing one on the back for wheat, we'll do this one. Yeah, we'll do this one for potatoes. And I think I have 2 grills already, so I don't think that's the issue. And I'm not going to place a statue on there. This is empty. Let's go ahead and get rid of it. Yeah, let's do potatoes here. Oh man. So this eluded my brain. Now that we're placing crops and farms over here, we need a new home for the carousel. And my brain got to thinking about the carousel over in the House of H. So let's place a platform there. That's going to take a little bit of time. I'm going to set it to a very low priority. I might even pause it just so you guys know where it's going to go, as we've only got 182 metal blocks. I have a beaver that has nothing to do within range. Why do you have nothing to do within range? That is because you're building in a goofy spot. Let's pause all of you now that you're built. Thank you for getting built. We've got a little bit of love there. This has a little bit more room. Let's go ahead and plant a couple more maples just to kind of get this a little bit further. Ooh, this area is coming together up here. Now, I want to leave that area alone. I need that just to get time. And taking a look over here real quick, they are making some kind of, they're pulling away. So they're making that headway. And this area right here, I think that we need to go ahead and pull the trigger because the majority of the houses are done. So let's break the path right there. We'll break the path right there. We'll put up our gatehouses and we'll go ahead and place our district center right here. This will get a nice solid green line pretty much everywhere, which is what we want. And we've got room for, well, a forester. And since we've got the forester, we'll be able to do that. Let's go ahead and place berries down here. Something like that. We'll probably need to put these 3 gatherers flags in there. So let's go ahead and clear out that section right there. And then we'll plant some maples in here just to kind of get some wood going. And then this area, as we clear it out, we'll start that progression as well. Leave me a good name for this district hall, as that's kind of, I'm out of names for the moment. I've for all my brain can think, it can be district 19. Let's send the 11 that were available over here and see what that kind of does for us. Looks like we're gonna need some more lumberjacks, and the district center needs some people, and we know where some people are. Yes, we do. So let's grab some of these guys. What do we have? 19 unemployed and 19 homeless. We will send all 19 of them over there. Probably a bad decision. And they're homeless. They are homeless because there's not a pathway right here, but we can take care of that, and we should get a pathway on this side too. That will take care of that. They immediately started cutting down the trees. They're going to start filling up the industrial log piles. Thankfully, I do have a farm, and a farm that size should support 20-ish beavers. So I might have to send a couple of the beavers somewhere else just to kind of maintain how much room we've got. 96 beavers in this area. Wow. We've got a little bit of room. We don't have anybody homeless. We're like we've got 91 of the 96. Wow. Some of my areas are getting out of hand here in size. Let's send 13 beavers somewhere else. Let's send them probably over to House of H, maybe. 11 homeless, not sending them there. Padnos is close to the cap. Yeah, they're at 88 of the 88, and I guess we're gonna send them back to Wall. Yeah. All right, let's send 14 beavers back there, and then I'll get more as we get our next farm. But I think this is a good spot to call this episode. I'd like to thank you guys for joining, and we'll see you in the next episode.